Now we're just kidding. A lot of friends have been talking about ASMR a lot, so we just want to do a little gag right there. But welcome, guys, to the Coffee Break Podcast. Welcome back. And for those of you who are just joining us right now and don't know what the heck this show is, and you are on the 12th episode, well, I mean, that's a pretty good, decent number, I guess. I like number 12, so I'll accept this one. You can start at number 12. Totally fine. And for those of you who are just joining us right now, we are that friend you haven't seen in a long time. That cousin that just moved back into town. Or that nice little aunt that wants to come and see you because she really misses you. Oh, why?
You're really on one today.
I know. I'm really hyped right now. I mean, I just drank another cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a little late.
So
you're going to be like super spazzy.
YOLO.
Speaking of coffee, what's the coffee of the day?
What's the coffee of the day? Man, it is a cafe mocha. Cafe mocha. You didn't even let me finish the intro.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Well, before we get into our coffee of the day, join us as we talk about movies, games, and today's segment is movies that inspired us to become the artists and animators we are today. Woo! Woo! And now it's a coffee of the day segment with this cafe mocha. Can you believe her? She's cutting into
sorry, I got excited.
Is this one of your favorite drinks? But no, I know that the macchiatos are favorite.
But I do really like
the coffee
mocha. Yeah, just because like I really like them.
I used to not like mocha, like in my coffee, because like the bitterness. Yeah. But since I've been eating more dark chocolate, like when I get mocha now, it's actually pretty good now. Yeah. I like it.
Strangely enough, I really don't like Starbucks' cafe mocha.
I don't like.
I think
that
it's
either.
too like it leaves like a weird aftertaste and it does. A weird after texture in your mouth. That's what she said. Sorry, but yeah, like I really like
it's a film.
Yeah. That's
like a film on your tongue.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's probably why I didn't like it because of that.
I like coffee bean and tea leaves coffee mocha.
Ooh, that's good.
They are like they got it on lock.
Oh, coffee bean and tea leaf is like my number one. I only go to Starbucks because it's so convenient because it's literally at every corner.
Right? Like now, coffee bean and tea leaf is so hard to find now. It's ridiculous. Like there's this one that was really close to my house, and the store next to it was a fish and chips place.
Oh yeah.
And the fish and chips place had a fire. And the fire moved to the coffee bean and tea leaf.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and ever since then, they closed down and they never came back. I was like, what is this? Now it's a Jersey Mike's. And I'm like, ew, I don't even like Jersey Mike.
Mike's gross.
So, that just made me so mad.
You know what's funny? Coffee bean and tea leaf was founded first. And then Starbucks just got more popular. I don't know how. Like, honestly, I like the creamy taste of coffee bean and tea leaf more than Starbucks. Yeah. But Starbucks just grew and got popular. Yeah. Like, I don't know what they did.
That's marketing for you.
That's marketing, yeah. Y'all know the history about it. Share in the comments and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was our coffee of the day. The coffee mocha with chocolate mixed into your latte.
It's delicious. Go try it.
Very delicious. What they also call, they call it a mochaccino or mocha chip. What? Let me hold on.
Mocha chip.
Mochaccino. Mochaccino. Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of names they get from it. It's actually originated from a place called Mocha Yamen. Yeah, it's literally a place. Oh. Mocha Yamen. Yeah. So yeah, and it's one of the early coffee trading places.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, Cafe Mocha. Go get one at any coffee shop that you trust and you like. So, give it a try. Yeah. And that was our coffee of the day. Thank you all for joining us. So, today, movies that inspired us. So, explain more about this segment.
Okay, so basically, the segment is like movies that have inspired us to go into the movie industry, but more like For us, I mean, for me, it was animation.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to be an animator, but I wanted to be a part of the, the process of
the production line of animation and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I really like pre-production. So before a movie even gets started, the idea and the process of developing that idea of a story and what it looks like and characters and stuff like that. That is
concept to storyboarding to animatics and to the final product.
Exactly. Yes. So that was my shtick. I still really would like to someday, inspire people in that same aspect. It's a really tough industry, so
it's very tough. Yeah.
So that's but I mean, I still get inspired every day by movies, and whether it's animated or live action, and I still really like it, regardless of how saturated movies have been lately. But
yeah, because a lot of people aren't really doing 2D anymore for movies and stuff like that. It's a lot of 3D or live action now, which is, it's kind of not, it's not demeaning or anything like that. It's not very what's the word, the discouraging. It's not very discouraging, but it's just kind of sad seeing that 2D animations being overpowered by 3D. Special effects in 3D, and it's I went into art because of mostly anime, because I used to live in Japan.
Don't be ashamed, because it's a legitimate reason. It's a legitimate reason.
Have you seen the fight scenes?
Yeah, and then even now, most animes are still in 2D. So
it is,
for the most part. I mean, it's 2D, but it's digitally done on the computer,
which is still fine. Which is still doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Even now, all of the 3D incorporated animes that have that mixture between 2D and 3D, I actually don't like them.
Yeah.
What was that? Sailor Moon, the little remake that they did, Sailor Moon Crystal, I think it was.
Yeah, Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yeah, I did not like
the
it.
Style. Yeah, I tried watching it and I could not do it.
Yeah, the way they tried to incorporate 3D into it, it just didn't work for me. And in general, I've seen it for other movies too. Not movies, but TV shows or television shows and stuff. It just doesn't work. I even tried getting into the Ruby series. I couldn't do it because the same reason.
Yeah, because it's the same model with just different hair, textures and clothing and eye colors are different. But it's the same model, just duplicated. And, I'm not dissing on them. It's just not for me. Yeah. It's not for me. And a lot of Netflix original animes are coming. Yeah, they're using that. I don't like it. I really don't. So, I wanted to watch Godzilla. And it's about them fighting it. Is it good? Is it
I watched the first one and the second one. It's good. It's a good watch story-wise, but animation-wise, it's very blocky. The movements are pretty stiff, in my opinion. And it's because of the animation between 3D and 2D is very, very different. So,
and even Dragon Prince too. Have you seen it on Netflix?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer, but when I saw the trailer of it and little clips here and there, didn't care too much for it.
In the beginning, because I know Netflix is doing this because they're trying to pump out a bunch, but they don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
It's just shortcuts that just don't work.
They don't work, no.
At least for me.
Yeah. Dragon Prince had, in the beginning, it was choppy. But in the second season, the flow was better and it was easier to watch. But I just couldn't do it for, Godzilla because I can tell it was going to be blocky. And there's another anime they just released that's blocky also. And I can't do it. Yeah. You already know that it's going to be successful. Just full on do it. Or, just have the confidence to be we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't do the crossover. I tried doing 2D on top of 3D. Yeah. Having 2D characters and a 3D aspect. Yeah. So we tried doing that. Didn't work. Did not work. The animation was beautiful. The scene was not beautiful. And I was just it happens when you have a team of just two animators and just me and my friend and
animation
a bunch
is a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. And it's time consuming. So
yeah. It's just one of those things that just I still can't get past it, I guess.
Yeah. I do want to say Sailor Moon, the original, was one of the inspirations of me going to the art field.
Yeah,
though.
same.
Like, I love, like, the whole concept of, like, just this, she's not a popular girl, she's a very humble, you know, dorky teenager, and she gets picked to save the world.
She's not this perfect character, like this perfect girl, or even popular in any way, and she just becomes this magical girl, and I think that's like so inspiring that you can be whatever you want regardless of who other people perceive you.
Yeah, like Sailor Mars and her,
or how people
Sorry. Like, they butt heads, and they didn't even fully like each other until like almost the first movie that they released, where they were showing, like, you know what, like, even though we've been through so much, you've been there for me no matter what, kind of thing. And they show it, like, how in their like, when before they met her, like, Mars was like bullied for like always taking care of the crows in the family shrine, and then when what's her name, Sailor Moon's name, it starts with U. Usagi, there we go. Or Serena, when they did the
American,
Serena, the American dub. This shows, like, she's really friendly with them no matter what they are. They're, like, friendly back to her. Like, all of them didn't have a lot of friends, but she was like, oh, I don't care what people say about you, I want to be your friend. Yeah. And so a lot of them didn't even like her until, like, later into the show. Like, they'll fight crime together. They know they need to save the world, but they won't like each other after that. Yeah. But they show, like, that progression of it, and that's why I like the show so much.
Like, there's so much character build up in that show, and
especially in her and Darien, because like like they are the prince and princess of the moon, and they're meant to be together, but they hate each other with a passion. And so, like, when they finally tell each other who they are, they're like, oh, let's give it a chance, and they keep going back and forth, because that's how life is. And then, like, then we get together, and we're all like, yay!
Yeah. I think the movie that inspired me the most was Coraline, actually.
Coraline?
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Because I got into animation school, like, way later in my life, so I was already, like, in my 20s.
Oh, who cares?
So,
you're doing what you love.
So I was kind of, like, older than a lot of the people at school, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
It was... but that's, like, because the movie had come out already, so it was kind of an old movie by then. So by the time I went to college for art school, I think, like, that's just one of those movies that just really inspired me with, like, how you use the concepts to the puppets that they created. Like,
the claymation, right?
Yeah. It wasn't claymation, it's stop motion.
Oh, stop motion. Yeah. I keep switching them on accident.
They're
stop motion,
stop motion and claymation are similar, but you're using different materials.
Yeah.
And in stop motion, you're using puppets rather than the clay models.
True. Yes. True.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I really, like, since the very beginning, I wanted to know everything about the movie. Like, I wanted to see all the artwork that was done before the puppets were even made, like the looks of them, like the set. It was just, like, all this amazing artwork, and so that's when it clicked to me. I'm like, I want to do this. I want to create characters.
This is what I want.
Yeah, this is what I want to do. And I still kind of want to do. Like, I think it's cool becoming part of a project that becomes so big like that. And it just really inspired me.
Yeah. That's what kind of, like, me and Devon wants to do, because we're co-owners of the company, and we want to do something like that, where it's just, like, a big, like, animation coming from us, whether, like, it's either stop motion, 2D animation, 3D animation, whatever we feel like.
And, honestly, you know, anything's possible. Like, we can come up with a short and, you know, like get people interested, and
you guys have to watch it now, because we're putting time into this. And we love the support. Yeah, I have a few ideas I want to go over with you about that. I can't tell you guys that yet, though. You're gonna have to wait. Yeah. One of the, like, number ones, and I mentioned it in the sister podcast, that they were talking about 2D and 3D. Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki films.
Oh my gosh.
Influenced me so much. Like, Spirited Away, when I was living in Japan with my family, and we were walking in downtown Tokyo. We always go to this nice gyoza spot, and we will walk back to the train station because it was on the freaking other side of Tokyo. And we were walking, and we always pass by this, like, it's a TV display store.
Yeah, okay.
And they would always have Spirited Away.
Oh,
all the time on there, like, always. Or, like, some Hayao Miyazaki, but it was mostly Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Or that's the one I paid attention to. And I would always just, like, run, like, further ahead of my family.
Yeah.
And I would just watch as they, like, come slowly.
Yeah.
Like, my dad gave me, like, as a birthday gift, like, 3 Hayao Miyazaki movies, and one of them was Spirited Away.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, I got that, thank you. And when I was watching that, because Hayao Miyazaki paints his backgrounds, and he hand sketches, and he's flipping through sketch, through sketch, and
I think there's a documentary on Netflix on it.
Yes, there is.
I just don't remember what it's called. Sorry about that, guys.
Ooh, we'll figure it out.
But yeah, I've seen the documentary of, like, one of his final films before he retires, of, like, just the development of that, and I think that's, like, so amazing. His work is, like, some of the most amazing stuff I've seen ever.
I'm so sad his son's not going to continue it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have, like, a right to his own path. I just wish he'd continue the Hayao Miyazaki legacy, you know what I mean? But,
like, continue Studio Ghibli at least.
Yeah, I wish, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you love. You can't always just follow what everyone else wants you to do. So, I mean, I wish he would, but... But, yeah, I love the movies, and that kind of made me want to keep drawing and doing media. But, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna do animation. I thought I was gonna do fine arts. Until I went, I walked into the Art Institute, and they were like, well, we do this, and they showed me it, and I was like, well, I'm going now.
Yeah, I went in there for digital illustration, and not digital, I think it was
graphic
design.
Graphic design?
Graphic design, and then when I explained it to the counselor lady, she's like, oh no, you should be in animation. And I was like, okay, I'll just do that.
Sure. Art, yeah.
And then that's when it kind of, like, clicked. I was like, okay, yeah, this is the right way.
Yep.
This is the right path for me.
If you didn't go, I would have met you.
Yeah.
And if I didn't go, I would have met her either, and vice versa. I think it was our first quarter, right? We met each other?
I think so.
Yeah, that was my first quarter.
Yeah.
And then you were in my acting class. And
That's
we had,
right.
like, our very first project was with each other. And the only reason why I wanted to be her friend because she has cool hair during that time. So I was like,
I had red hair at the time.
I think I just turned mine purple. And I was like, I want to be your friend.
I probably had just freshly dyed it. So it was, like, particularly red. And it was one of those struggles.
Yeah, she has a twin sister. So when I walked, like, when her hair faded away, her twin sister was, like, walking towards me. And I go, you're not Melissa, but you look like her. And she goes, I'm her sister. And I was like, nice to meet you.
You are not the only one that's told me that.
I know, yeah.
Like, just, like, a good chunk of the people that I met in school, almost all of them has said the same thing. That they've seen my sister, like,
Thinking
just walk
you.
by, and they think it's me, and, like... They'll see her with her culinary uniform on, and they're like, wait a minute.
Did you just change? Did you just
I thought you were in animation, not culinary. And then she's like, oh, yeah, that's...
night culinary. It's like a superhero, but I mean, like...
Yeah.
Not really.
And so she would have to explain. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You guys probably were really annoyed the whole time hearing that all the time.
Not really.
No? Okay.
No. But I mean, it's because, like, I guess we're just so used to it. Even though we're not identical.
Yeah.
We're fraternal, so.
Yeah.
But we still look so much alike.
You guys do.
And,
yeah, before getting to know you guys, like, you know when you first see people, it's kind of like that image, but then when you get to know them, you see another light in them. So that was kind of like, for me, you guys look exactly the same. But then when I got to know you guys more, I was like, they are completely different.
Yeah.
Why did I think they were identical? Like, this is not, what is wrong with me?
And that's weird, because, like, at school, she had black hair, so, I mean...
Well, yeah, I know. But your hair faded, like, from red to, like, your natural hair color.
Yeah, that's right.
So I thought you just went to black one day, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then she's, like, walking past me, and I was like, wait, excuse you. That confused me a lot. The very first time, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything, because I was like, that might be her. I don't want to say anything. So I walked the other way. And then I saw her again, and I was like, you're not Melissa? What's going on? But yeah, oh my gosh. What other movies or shows inspired
Another
you?
movie that inspired me a lot was Memoirs of a Geisha. I don't know if you've seen it.
Sounds familiar. I can't put.
It's based on a book. It's about like the story of this young girl. Her name is Chio, and later when she becomes geisha, her name changes to Sayuri. And just like the whole like build up of her story is just so well done.
Ooh,
and yeah, you should watch it. I think you'll like it. It's a movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a romance drama. Ooh. But it's still really good. It's really good because it's not just about like her like love for this this chairman. It's about her like trying to become better to, you know, reach him in a sense, because she's not from like, you know, this lavish life that he's part of. So she's entering a different world from what she's used to. And I think that's just incredible story of, you know, just trying to become a better person. Or yeah,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a like almost like a little view of like the life of a geisha almost, or what it takes to become a geisha. And they don't go very much into detail, but it's still really, really cool to see all this stuff.
I want to check it out. Yeah,
yeah, that
sounds really cool. I feel like I watch it like the whole time. I'm like, where have I seen this before? I know it's from somewhere. I just, gosh damn it. I'll find it out. I'll find it and I'll watch it. And yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones I watched. Like before I went to college, I remember Tangled came out and The Princess and the Frog from Disney, and those were kind of like inspiration as well of like going into like just animation. Yeah. Not my dream to work at Disney. Like I had no dreams of working at any other place. Like when you went to college, they would always say like, where do you want to work? And we all say like DreamWorks, Disney, this place. We're not going to work there right away. Like a lot of people would be like, I want to work. It's my dream job. Yeah. I'm like, well, you kind of have to work for it.
It's like you do have to remember to put your expectations a lot.
Yeah, lower. Don't put it too high when you go to college.
Yeah, reach for the stars. Yeah, but remember, there's still a journey getting there.
Yep. Yep. You got to work hard for it. You got to keep going. Yeah. You know, like. It's a good, but we can get into a whole new topic about that. Maybe if you guys want more information about that, you know, let us know. Yeah. Put in the comments below and stuff like that. But, you know, when I was watching Tangled, I wanted to know behind the scene of how Tangled is made, because it took 100+ people to make her hair. Yeah. To animate it. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, working in a small team of animators, imagine 100.
Yeah, and then, like, also with Finding Dory, just the water animations, having to figure that stuff out. Like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's like, even, so crazy. Like, even though Frozen was not the best of movies, in my opinion, it was still a big...
the graphics were amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everything snow about, animation. Like, the snow animations and all of the stuff had to be figured out completely... using different programs or using their own build. I think they built their own program to do the snow effects and stuff. So even that like is just incredible. Like, because snow is very difficult to animate, I would assume. Yeah. So it's like its own entity on a computer in itself. So like, even with Brave, the what's it called?
Oh, the mystical, like the gloves and stuff like that.
That and the textures for all of the greenery just in the whole whole movie just had to be figured. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I know the word, I can't think of it.
It's foliage. Yeah, like all of that had to be figured out, and it's just like a whole math process it's so beautiful. It's actually one of my favorite movies, favorite Disney movies. It's so
underrated too.
Yeah,
like,
it
not
really
a lot of people talk about it, and I'm like, it's a beautiful movie, and it's funny and cute, honestly.
Yeah, and then it's like, Mom does not die.
Yeah, Mom doesn't die. She gets to turn to a bear, but she don't die, Disney.
She almost did. She almost did.
She almost, yeah. Emphasizing almost. But she survives, and she comes back understanding her daughter more. You know, that good bonding connection right there. Yeah.
And then I just really love bears. So
they're
that was
so
a plus.
cute. Her brothers turning into bears were so cute. Like, they're still mischievous as bears.
Yes,
it's just worse now because they're bears. Yeah. I remember watching Ed and Eddie growing up and, like, just seeing the different, like, 'cause that show was the best growing up. I was like, I love this show. And they're remaking it.
I heard.
Yeah. The art style is actually pretty cute. I'm okay with it.
I haven't seen anything on it. Honestly, I've been kind of like a hermit. So yeah.
They've been remaking. I don't like the new remake for Courage because, you know, Courage is a cringy show. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be creepy.
It's supposed to be creepy. They're making it cute. Oh, no. And I'm like, you can make Courage cute, but everything around it needs to be cringy. Like, it needs to be cringy. And watching those shows. Sorry, I have a list. Those shows and watching like Teenage Robot and all these different animation shows kind of made me want to do it also because it shows like no matter what style you have, it is art. Yeah. And it will get the views and it will get the acknowledgement and it will get like the recognition. Yeah. And that's kind of why I wanted to go because my dad will always tell me like no matter what, like others think it's what you think. Mm-hmm. And if you like your art style, you go with it. And I was like, okay. And I just finally found my art style. So I was like, and it took me a very long time. Don't ever stop trying to find your art style. Elisa's advice. 108. I don't know how many advices I gave. But so those shows like kind of influenced me to be like, I want to do art. Because I did art during high school. And everyone was like, you were destined to do art. And I was like, thanks, guys. You're the best. Yeah.
Well, growing up, I was always drawing anyways.
Right.
But, like, it wasn't, it wasn't until, like, I was just, you know, actually took the time to watch a movie outside of my child self. Yeah. That I was just like, you know, this is something that I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. And, like, I was always trying to also find my own style and not really style, but just like find my own way in my art. And I think like doing movies was something that I was leading to anyways. Yeah. Because even after high school, like in high school, I was just trying to take all the art classes I could. Yep. And like talking with counselors and stuff like that, and like asking them questions. And it was always place where I was always heading was in art, whether it was animation, fine art, or art history, all of that stuff. Like it was gonna be somewhere in that region, and I knew it. And so, like, that's where I am now.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys realize if you follow our Instagram on Elite23. Elite23 global.entertainment. No, it's E23G.entertainment. Sorry. But we post our art on there with our coffee of the day. Have you guys seen it on YouTube or Instagram? We draw the little coffees with the dogs. Yeah. Melissa started it at first. I just said I wanted a coffee drawing, and she goes, yeah, and then she put a Shiba, right? Is that Shiba?
Yeah, it was a Shiba Inu.
It was a Shiba Inu. And then she started doing that, and then I was like, let's do this. So our art is on our Instagram if you want to check it out. I'll send you I'll put the links of our Instagrams of our personal art ones so you guys can check it out.
Yeah, it'll be in the description box.
Yeah, description box. So, you know, check it out because we're all about art, as you can tell. But yeah, those are like the movies and shows I was like very influenced by. I'm trying to remember other ones too.
Well, I mean, like there was also The Nightmare Before Christmas before it got really mainstream. Yeah.
Before everyone started falling in love with it
The Little Mermaid. Once I discovered Glenn Keane, it was over. I'm like, I want to be this man.
Sweat body with me now.
And then I discovered I think it was his daughter, her concept designs for Alice in Wonderland are out of this world.
Oh, it's so amazing. Yeah. How they brought like an actual like Alice to use reference drawings and stuff like that. How like in Sleeping Beauty, also they have someone doing the movements in front of them and they're live sketching it. Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah, like I would find when you took me to Comic-Con that one time, I saw this booth that they had of like old Disney cells. I don't know if anyone knows what cells are, but they're like these glass frames of
that's how they use
of like painted scenes or like
I remember that place.
And so like they would have cells of like all of the like it was all legitimate from the Disney like archives and stuff, and they had the cells of the scene where Alice goes and sees all the flowers. It blew me away how it's beautiful it looked. I was just like, I want to buy this, but it was like $100 something.
And I
was like,
of course.
Do more for this.
I know. I'm an artist, you know this. We don't make a lot of money right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. But as you don't know, those cells are like from back then when they used to animate. It used to be a tower, and they would put different layers, depending on how far the background is, how close it is, and how the character was going to interact with them. Yeah. They would put layers and layers of layers. Yeah, it would just be like this, like this, like this. Be stacked of.
So it would create like a 3D effect, but it was in 2 dimensions.
And the camera's like up here, like shoot, y'all, we're telling you all the secrets right now. Y'all better listen carefully. But yeah, that's how they would do it. It's like super cool.
It is really cool. Yeah. Like once you start seeing more documentaries, it just inspires you to like all over again. Yeah. So like that was for me at least, and I really like the whole process of filming animations. I think it's so amazing and beautiful. And
I just started trying to go into 2D animation again, like actually going in Photoshop and Flash and like trying to do it ever since I watched Spider-Verse. Oh. Like, I started doing it again, and I was just like, I am rusty as heck. Like, it's been a while, because I went to 3D. Same. I did 3D environments, 3D props, 3D characters, and I went back to my roots that I've always wanted to do, 2D. And that was something I've always wanted to do. And I'm just like, why am I forcing myself to be unhappy when I can be happy with doing 2D? Right. So it was just like... Oh, man.
That was me learning 3D. I was just like, can I just draw this?
Right. It's so time consuming when you can make like a character for 2D. I know you're only doing one flat surface in like less than a week, but then the 3D character, legit, it takes me months. Like, and with all the side jobs I have, I'm like, oh my
and then like with levels of detail and then having to work with how it's going to be animated. It's just a whole process.
Retypologizing, texturizing, UV unwrapping.
Oh my god, don't even get me
UV unwrapping is the worst thing in the world.
It really is.
Oh my god, I hate it. We can go another segment about why UV unwrapping is the... Oh, it's the devil's work right there. Anything. Oh, if I ever went to hell, I think that would be my hell, is UV unwrapping scenes and scenes. Oh my, I'm triggered. Anyway, happy thoughts. I'm happy now. But yeah, it's just watching a lot of 2D animation growing up. I wanted to go into the arts. And I'm realizing like a lot of... Like, this is not an excuse for us just to, like, cut back from doing something hard to something easy. This is also something that we love. Yeah. Also. Yeah. Just, I mean, because
everyone wants to work doing what they love. Because when you like something, it doesn't feel like work.
I remember I was talking to actually a lot of our other artist friends who went into 3D and are all like, 3D is better. Now they're all going slowly back to 2D.
You know, I noticed that too.
Yeah. And I'm just like, some of them, I'm like, ugh. So then I'm like, you can try it, do it, like work on it. But it's just, I know it's just an easy way out for them. And they're super skilled in 3D, and they are amazing in 3D. This is a talent, and they loved it. But now they're like, oh, it's just taking too much time. I want to do 2D. Yeah. Well, it's going to take you a long time because your 2D skills have to go back up to what you want them to be, because you've been so focused on 3D, your 2D has been lacking. And that's like the same, like for me, it was lacking in 2D because I was in 3D art for a while. Yeah. And I went back to drawing, and my drawings have gotten better. Yeah. And I was just like, yes, they're finally there. And people are like, I want to do this and that. And it's like, well, you got to work on it. Just the same way art is working on it, period.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a lot of work. A lot of, like, getting your hand to do its own, like, having your muscle memory come back to come back to your flow, basically.
Yeah.
It's a process.
It's a very long process. We can get more into like our drawings and stuff like that more. If you guys have any particular questions you like to ask us. We used to work in the gaming industry. Yeah. Where I owned a company for a bit, and Melissa was like my right hand, just like how she is now. So we've had experience both in the animation workflow and the gaming workflow. Yeah. So if you have any questions about that, you let us know. We don't need to be in a AAA to be amazing. Yeah. We already know the process. Okay? Okay? Okay. But yeah. That is all the time we have for today, though. I know.
That was so fast.
Into it. I know. I feel like the more we like work on this, like every episode, we get so much better. We think we're getting better.
Better, but like also getting used to the flow of filming and doing these podcasts. And we
don't realize like the timing going by when we get so into it as well. But, we hopefully you like this episode. Yeah. If you want more about, like, the gaming industry or, like, the workflows and just figuring out, hey, is this for me? Please let me know. Ask us questions, send us a message on Instagram. Leave a comment down below. We're always happy to help. We actually had a few people messaging us directly on Instagram asking us questions. And we've been answering, and they've been really polite about it. Yeah. So thank you for those who have been taking the time to listen to us and sharing us as well. That's very sweet of you guys. So thank you very much for joining us. Yeah. This is sponsored to you by Elite 23 Shopping. You need new summer clothes. It is getting warmer. You want to look fashionable. Want to put your sweater weather away for right now. Get some new bikinis, some new backpacks, some new, what are they called? Shades. I was on a roll there too. Shades. Come check out Elite 23 Shopping at discount code CBP. Again, CBP for 30% off your total purchase. Again, CBP, 30% off your whole purchase. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and have a wonderful, blissful, caffeinated day.
Bye.
Bye.